So earlier this year, photographer David Toulis and I headed up to Sedona, Arizona to go on a hot air balloon ride. We did our research, and there are quite a few hot air balloon operators in Sedona. And after we did some more research, we decided to go with Northern Light Balloon. And they're one of two operators that can actually fly within the Coconino National Forest, which is the protected area around Sedona that's extremely beautiful. We get to this clearing in this beautiful area in the forest, and some of the other balloons are already there getting set up, and it just looks so beautiful. So it was so exciting to see them lay out the balloons, get the fans going to inflate the envelope, and then to get the burners going to add that heat in. And so finally, the hot air balloon, it's inflated enough, it's sort of rising up, and the ground crew's there. And that's the other thing, is that this whole process takes such a team. We have our ground crew helping get everything set up. They're helping keep us on the ground. They're making sure that the balloon's set up properly. And then we all climb into the basket. All of a sudden, we're just in the air and sort of flying away. And it was so magical because where we had launched from was sort of this area that to the north, there was sort of a small cliff face. And so it was sort of protected, and we couldn't really see out from there. And so as we fly away, we suddenly just get this whole amazing view of the Sedona area with the sun rising and just these beautiful, dramatic red rocks all around us, and just this quiet peacefulness. So for the landing, you get to a certain point in your fuel, and the pilot decides, it's time to land. And what happens is the hot air balloon needs fuel and heat to keep flying. So as the pilot decides, this is where we're landing, you judge it as you judge what I suspect is just like gliding down in an airplane, and you just don't add more fuel to the fire, and you descend to the point that you want to. And as we got to that point, the ground crew came out and sort of stabilized the basket, and then others helped deflate the balloon. We land, we're just all on this high of this wonderful experience, and they tell us this tradition that they have where you end the flight with a glass of champagne. So back in the day, the history that we have of hot air ballooning, as far as we know, is they would fly around, inevitably land in some farmer's field, and then have to beg forgiveness with what they found to be quite helpful was a bottle of champagne. So it was really fun to be able to experience that and be part of that and think back to hundreds of years ago when this was just enchanting the world and letting people dream of bigger things.
And breakfast is served.
Alicia, Herron, AOPA pilot.